Hello, Commanders. Spatula here. Hope you've all been being Dangus out there in space. Yes, I'm finally back in the bubble after a long trip to Sagittarius and back. But before I got back to solving the mysteries of the cosmos, this Spatula needed a vacation. And it just so happened that a rather special event called Lavecon was about to happen. It's not exactly Ryza down there, but this kitchen utensil needed to stretch the old space legs. It sounded like a good chance to meet some other commanders and pick up some leads for the hot mysteries of tomorrow's universe. But in order to go planet-side on good old Earth, well, I was going to need to make some alterations to my Holome so I could go incognito, due to a small fiasco years ago in the Federal Embassy's toilet. Or at least it looked like a toilet, but apparently it was the ambassador's basset hound. Ah yes, there we go. Let's make it as ugly as possible. Yeah, nice. That'll scare most of the locals away. A perfect disguise for mingling with Lavians. Of course, Lavecon was held on Earth, not Lave, for some reason. But I suppose it makes sense, being planned by Lavians, who everyone knows love their brandy. However, docking fees for your ship are always cheaper in the Arctic Circle, so my journey began landing in a place that was both land and ice. A fresh volcanic island bubbling with geysers.
It's Iceland. Hello, this is Spatula here, and it's really fucking underdressed for Iceland. I had to go buy a hoodie because it's so damn cold here, even though it's the middle of summer. I feel warm and toasty. Time to catch some whales.
I was immediately sidetracked by a side quest to hunt down and destroy a white whale. Only the sea was angry that day, my friends, and not an orca, beluga, let alone a dolphin were spotted. They should have put a damn tourist beacon around. Those things can't resist. But we did see some puffins. Now why don't we have a little line of ships in the Eagle vein with burb names? I want to fly a crow, or a raven, or a puffin. That would definitely feel like the T7 of burbs. Anyways, after returning from the seas, I engorged myself with a delicious Icelandic hot dog, which is actually just synthetic meat soaked in Lavian brandy, but it certainly fills the tummy. It's the spot. And with that, it was on to the land of rain and fog. Jolly old England! Despite the year being 3305, London looks much the same as it has since the early 21st century. Of course, in 3306, things are rumored to change as Brexit is said to be finally concluded. Before heading up to Lavecon, I had to see the sights. Fountains.
England's weird fascination with some weird gay dolphin shit.
Buildings, and art, and acting.
To pee or not to pee?
And fish, penguins, and ogres, and burbs. Lots of burbs.
Mia's ducking.
And bars, and pizza, and platers. And, well, I got really drunk trying to blend in with the locals, and
what the fuck is this? Abomination of a truck. Is it a pickup truck? Is it a pig nose truck? I don't know. It's amazing. It's different. It's cultural.
this was far more inebriation than a typical Tuesday. This was only the beginning. Shortly after blacking out, I woke up on a plane to Amsterdam. I don't really remember what I got up to there.
Feeling Fred Penner out here. Feeling Fred Penner. Feeling Fred Penner. Fred Penner.
Anyway, finding my way back, I noticed some hollow dots on my radar. It started to smell like a broadcast. Muppets and, what is that, kvass? And indeed, I met up for some space lag adventures with Commanders Ascorbius, Greatest, and Yamix. Ascorbius had enough sausage to go around, and we all stuffed our faces with Scorb sausages. And after that, we had a barbecue. We then put on our primitive VR helmets to experience some 21st century retro gaming.
See you again. Have the sense.
Ah, I got those wrong. Those as well. so bad at this. Over.
And what do?
Punch
Punch the balls
with the right colour.
with the right color.
And if a purple one comes,
So
put them
red
together.
ball, should there be music? Oh, if a purple one comes, what is this purple shit that you're...
Purple one coming together.
What the fuck?
Bees! Bees!
I'm not even looking at it anymore. I'm just...
Have you got your eyes closed in VR? Not the face! Not the face! Not the face!
His colors are different.
Yeah. How'd you rate his performance there, Gray?
Again?
How'd you rate his performance?
I think of that.
How do you rate his performance?
Special. Actually, that's a good way to. Yeah,
I'm special! And with that, it was off to Lavecon. Now, I was only there on the Saturday, but it was an absolute blast. Getting to meet other commanders in the presence of Earth-like, well, Earth gravity, and drink and talk, space shop. Oh, it was great. As well as the developer panel, where we found out about their upcoming diabolical plans for the universe. They even talked about space legs, only I just don't seem to remember the details. I don't think anyone will, because after the panel, Frontier hosted an open bar in order to get everyone drunk enough so they'd forget everything they talked about. I did get some pretty funky skins, though, so at least I know I was there. Now, among some of the renowned commanders I was able to meet were Obsidian Ant, Drew Wagar, Zulu Romeo, Orange Spark, Giz, Asticon, Millstone Barn, Jester D, Eberl, Garisu, Darb, Jack Little, Steve Kirby, Zach Antonacci, Dav Scott, Sarah Jane Avery, and Adam Bork-Waite. All very nice people. Now, I didn't really talk to the developers too much about the game, probably because everyone who did ask questions got the same response. We can't confirm anything at this time. And it must be frustrating to know all the exciting trademark things to come and not be able to talk about it. So when I was talking to Frontier people, we just talked about normal stuff like diets and babies. You don't want to confuse the two. I got to know some of the people who work on Elite. And for a sinister cult who manipulates the universe, they're a pretty good bunch of folks. Now, I didn't get to meet everyone there that day, or chat to some people half as long as I would have liked, but there were so many cool people that even if I had worked the rooms over both days, I'd have only explored a fraction of the community. Probably less than 1%. But I'm just making those numbers up like Papa Frontier. Now, one thing did come up a lot, though, that was a great question. Why are Elite fans so goddamn nice? What does make this community so great? A lot of people seem to think it was because most of the people in the room were old geezers. But I think it's more than that. I think there's something about being in a universe as big as ours that helps people understand how tiny and pathetic we truly are, next to our Thargoid overlords. And somehow, that perspective makes us more accepting of each other, more tolerant, especially of those Alliance wackos, and a little more comfortable making friends. Because Lavecon truly felt like one of those reunion parties where you're getting together with old friends, even though many were meeting for the first time. And that's one of the coolest things about Elite Dangerous. The community. Anyway, I'll sign off for now and get back to planning my next case. But big thanks go out to Scorb for hosting at his house. And thanks to Frontier for buying us all those drinks and making us forget space legs. And thanks, of course, to the people who organized Lavecon, as it's a really unique event and a lot of fun. Now I better go mining some void opals to make up for the cost. Did you know that it takes 6 million in-game credits for 1 British pound? I wonder what that would be in the new Arxbucks currency that Frontier is adding. But the real question of the day is how many Arcs does it take to outfit a T7? Well, none. The T7 need no curves. Okay, I'll show myself out. Happy Dangus, people. Hope you enjoyed my travel log. See you in space. 07.